Hey guys, this week we're going to take a look at creating cycle count plans to automatically create work in Dynamics 365 Advanced Warehouse. Hey guys, welcome back. Last week we took a look at how we could use a cycle count threshold to automatically create cycle counting work when the item falls below a certain threshold. This week we're going to look at creating work using a plan. So this is going to automatically create work for us based on whatever plan we decide to execute. And it'll create that work on a periodic basis on the same time every week, for example, if you schedule it in a batch job. So let's take a look at how to set that up first. All right, so let's take a look at the setup on this. So where we're going to go is we're going to go to the Warehouse Management module. And then under the Setup tab, we're going to go over to Cycle Counting and then Cycle Counting Plans. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a very simple plan just for demonstration purposes here. So we're going to go ahead and click New, click a new plan, and then we're going to just put, I'm just going to call it Cycle Count 1. And so what we're going to do, we're going to leave the work pool blank. You can specify work pool. The work pool allows you to group work, so you could have different work pools, for example, for different cycle count plans if you want to, but I'm just going to leave that blank. And then this is the maximum number of cycle counts it'll generate. So every time this runs, it'll generate X number of cycle counts. So let's just make that 5. And then days between cycle counts. So, if you count it today and you don't want another one generated for 5 days or whatever, right? So every 5 days these would generate. So let's go ahead and we'll set that to 5 as well. And the next one is empty locations. So it's asking what you want to do with empty locations. You want to exclude empty, include empty, or only choose empty. So I'm going to exclude empty. And then I also have the option here of specifying a work template. I'm going to leave that blank as well. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on the Set Locations button up here. And I only want this to apply for Warehouse 24. So I'm going to leave that. And in this box, I could specify, a specific location or, perhaps a location profile or just some other query that I want to base this off of, okay? But the only criteria I'm going to put in here is just Warehouse 24. I'll go ahead and say okay here. Now down here, I can also add product selections. I'm not going to do this on this particular plan, but I can click New and define a product query to look for specific products as well. All right. So again, this is just going to be a very, very simple plan here. So basically, it's just going to pick the first 5 locations it comes to. It's going to generate work for those. So the way I can execute this, I'm going to click on the process cycle count plan here. And when I do this, I'm just going to run this manually, but you do have the option of running this in batch. So I can turn on batch processing and have this run every few days or every day, to generate these counts for us. And that's typically what you'd see. But here, what we're going to do is we're just going to run this manually. And the way we're going to do that is we're just going to hit OK. So once we do that, that's going to sit here and process. And we should get a message here, and let's see what it says. Okay, so cycle count work has been created. Okay, so now let's go take a look at the actual work that was created. So if we go into Warehouse Management, we'll go and look at, let me just collapse this so it's a little bit neater, and then we can go into the work. And there's actually a spot for cycle count work specifically, so I could go into all work if I wanted to, but just if I want to look at cycle count work, go down to Work, Warehouse, and we'll look at the Open Cycle Count Work. And so I've got 5 pieces of work here that were generated. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of these. Look at this 109 here. And so basically what it's going to look like first is you're just going to basically see the location. You're really not going to see the item number or product name in this because it's directing you to a location that it's telling you to count. All right, so if we want to look at what was on that location, let me go into this location and we'll actually complete this out. So we'll look in that location and we'll look at the on hand here. And so we've got our CC001 item in there for 10. All right, so now that we have that set up, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the mobile device setup, and then we're going to go ahead and execute an example. We're going to create the work, and then we're going to go through the process of actually counting the item and going to show you what to do with a discrepancy versus just an item that's been counted as correct. All right, so let's take a look at one more little piece of setup here. So we have our mobile menu set up. I've got one here called Cycle Count Guided. It's going to use work because our cycle count plans are generating work. We're going to make sure we have use existing work set to yes. Then we're going to have the directed by set to user directed. And what this is going to do is going to ask us for the work ID. We could do system directed where the system gives you the next work ID and so on and so forth. But we're just going to use user directed for this example. All right. So if we go back and look at our open cycle count work, I'm going to go ahead and copy this one right here. So this work ID, and it's going to tell us the count, if we can drill into that, location FL001. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the mobile device, and we'll go under the inventory section, and we're going to go into that cycle count guided, and then I'm going to enter in my work ID, paste that in there. And so it's going to tell us this is cycle counting. We're going to go to location FL001. We're looking for item A001. It's HDMI 6-foot cables. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go in and put in our values. So I'm going to say I've got 70 there, and we're going to say OK. And that location is complete. Or if there's another item in that location, I could go and hit this button here, and it'll take me, let me scan another item. For example, if there's another item there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and hit OK there. All right. So if we go back over to our work, so our work was 108. We can refresh that. And since we're looking at open cycle count work, it's going to show 108. It'll disappear. Where we can actually see that is if we go back to our work menu here and look at closed cycle count work, we should see the work item 108 there. Now, if we go ahead and click on that, we can go into the work and we can look at the cycle counting section here. If we look in there, and we'll see that on that work ID for that item number, they were expecting 70. I counted 70, so there was no difference there. Okay. So what happens if you count one and it's off? So what we'll look at then, if we'll go look at that'll go into a pending state. So if we go look at cycle count work pending review, if we click on that, and I've got one here that I did earlier that's pending review, so we can go ahead and look at that one. So again, we're under work. We can go to cycle counting, and then so in this case, expected was 10. But I didn't count any, right? So I counted 0, right? So what we can do is we can either accept or reject that account. I'm just going to accept that, and that'll do the adjustment for us. So we're going to accept it, and that's work 109. All right, so that posts the journal and adjusts the inventory. So periodically counting your inventory in your warehouse is an important task to keep the on-hand straight, the quantity on hand straight. So what we took a look at today is creating a cycle count plan that will automatically create work for us for a worker to go count and periodically check locations for their inventory accuracy. So I hope you found this video informative and helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up or like it. I also create one of these videos every week, so feel free to subscribe so you don't miss any of the new uploads. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, thanks. See ya.